What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Enlightenment Tea. This is Sabrina.
This is
Yes.
oh
Oh,
oh this is Jade.
this is Hayden. What's up, everyone?
Today we're going to be talking and introducing you guys to the subject of manifestation.
We'll be going over everything from what is energy to law of attraction, then all the way to the actual act of manifesting and all of the tea that it includes.
Yes, guys, this is such a big topic and one that we definitely are not going to cover in just one episode, but we thought it was definitely important to kind of make this one of our first episodes because it is like so important to all of our lives. And we would love to teach you guys more about it if you don't already know about it.
Period. I honestly feel like manifestation is like the hidden secret to life. What do you think?
100%. The law of attraction is literally a way of life. And even for people who already know what it is and everything, I feel like we constantly are learning, constantly are developing.
So I'm going to kind of talk about energy and vibration just to kind of introduce you guys and warm you guys up into manifesting. Because it's like really important. It goes hand in hand with understanding how to bring things into your life and stuff like that. So, if you kind of don't understand what energy is, I like to kind of remind people that we already learned about this shit. Like back in sixth grade, we sat in class, bored as hell, learning about atoms and negative energy and positive energy and stuff.
Mr. Coble.
Oh, Mr. Coble. Creekview people. Mr. Coble. I didn't ever have Mr. Coble.
He was a very interesting science teacher, but he did teach us a lot about energy. I will say that. I think that was like one of the first classes I learned about energy. And
is that the guy that we would like count his mm-hms?
Yes.
He would say,
that's where I got all my mm-hms from.
Okay, so atoms is real as shit in our lives. Like, obviously, energy is going around within us and around us through our everyday lives. Just like what I talked about in the last episode with the water experiment and having those two waters. If you didn't listen to the last episode, oh wait, hold on. First of all, thank you guys so much for tuning in to our last episode. It's only been one day and we already have 80 views. That's really good for us.
We're clearly going worldwide. We're famous. I'm so happy.
Period. How we can interpret our energy within ourselves is through our emotions. There's a vibrational scale that shows where we are headed vibrationally. For example, like if you're feeling insecure, if you're feeling unworthy, if you're feeling like any of those negative energies of blaming someone, feeling jealousy, you're in the lower part of the vibrational scale. And if you're in the higher part of the vibrational scale, you're feeling empowered, you believe in yourself, you have love for your haters, you know what I mean? That is just kind of like my sum up of what energy is in vibration to kind of help us understand more as we get into the topic of law of attraction and how that applies to manifesting for yourself.
Yes, for sure. I think that a good comparison to like vibrational energy would be if you think about energy as far as like your body, right? So when you eat bad food, you don't feel well. Your energy level is low. When you're filling your body with nutritious foods, with like foods that are good for your soul, you and have all the like necessary, sorry, I'm blanking, like the necessary things basically to get you through your days, you know, calories, healthy carbs, all that, then you're going to have a higher energy level. So it's comparable to that in the sense where, like, just like Jade was saying, the way you vibrate is going to determine your energy level.
And I feel like another way to kind of like give you an example of what this invisible energy is, because it kind of took me a minute to understand this for myself when I first started my spiritual journey was, like when you wake up out of bed, like the first thing you wake up to is like being irritated from your alarm, or like you get out of bed and you stub your toe, and like your energy is your energy slash aka your mood, your emotions are just set for the day. And that's just like almost like an avalanche and like a chain reaction of like how a bad emotion, aka energy, can affect your day, your mood, and everything that happens to you throughout your day. Say you have a bad day, you wake up and you're already starting to have a bad day, you'll start to notice other bad things start to happen. Like you missed your Uber ride. Oh my gosh, you're irritated. You're feeling irritated. Then on the way out, running out to your second Uber you ordered, you fell and scabbed your knee. You know what I mean? Like things start happening one after another. You kind of notice that. I know you guys do.
And then on that same exact note, I just kind of wanted to add in there, it happens the exact opposite with good things. You wake up, fresh air, you wake up before your alarm. Today's going to be a great day. You have your favorite cup of coffee. Things are going great. You get into work. People are like, we're going to buy you lunch today. You're like, okay, period, poo. You get off work. You have no homework. Like things just keep happening because you're feeling good, you're vibrating high, you're enjoying that feeling, and it keeps coming to you. It can happen both ways. So be aware of that as well.
Most definitely. And that's like so important to tie like energy and what they were just, both Jade and Hayden were just explaining, correlates straight to the law of attraction and how the law of attraction works. So if you haven't learned about the law of attraction, first understand energy, which we just explained. And then I think Hayden, you have like great insight on the background of the law of attraction and like how real it is, like scientifically. So if you want to take it away, girl, go ahead.
Yes, 100% period poo. Sorry, everyone, but like that's my word for the night or for the morning, I should say, because that's when you guys will all be listening to it or whatever time of day. But anyways, period poo. Okay, so basically, I pulled up the definition because I wanted to get straight to the dirty deeds of the definition. So I got the definition from lawofattraction.com. And it basically is saying how the law of attraction is the ability to attract into our lives whatever we are focusing on. So it's very similar to what me and Jade were just talking about, because in Jade's situation, coffee spilling, you're thinking about how terrible this is feeling. This is so terrible. So those things that you're focusing on is literally continuing to come to you. And then in my example, same thing. I'm focusing on all these good things, more good things are coming to me. So we are literally attracting what we are focusing on. And I did find another evidence, basically, that the law of attraction has Platonic roots. So basically, a little history session. As far back as 391 BC, a famous Greek philosopher named Plato, we've all heard of him, I'm sure, noted that, quote, likes tend towards likes, which obviously he's meaning energy. And we've also know of all of the very common slogan, like attracts like. It's all relating to energy and the law of attraction and all of that. So that's kind of like my little scientific aspect to like prove law of attraction. And, you know, this has been around for forever.
It's important for you guys to know, if you haven't been introduced to this already, that there are literal laws of the universe. And it's kind of sad that we don't learn about the law of attraction at all, because we learn about the law of gravity. Like we already know the law of gravity. What goes up must come down. Same thing goes hand in hand with the law of attraction. It's the law of the universe. So it's literally real.
Yes. So many of you, if you are not familiar with this topic, you might be thinking like, how does the law of attraction go into manifesting, which is exactly the topic of this entire episode. And like Hayden said, what you focus on is what you attract into your life. That's the law of attraction. So manifesting is the action of attracting what you want into your life.
Going off what Sabrina said, like what you want in your life, whether it be material things. Like for me, I'm manifesting my dream career, but I'm also manifesting spiritual alignment. I'm also manifesting my dream body, my dream lifestyle habits. You know what I mean? It could go hand in hand for anything that you want alignment in your life.
Definitely. So I'll go ahead and get back into like my whole definition so we can just get point blank. So I was looking for definitions and they were kind of confusing, I'm not gonna lie. So I got a definition from Webster, and basically it says how manifesting is to make evident or certain by showing or displaying. So basically what's that saying in like layman terms is making something come to life by doing, or in what we're going to be talking about could be by not doing, or basically by doing as in putting our energy into, and by attracting, creating something by our energy is what basically manifesting is. Speaking it, making it, aligning with whatever you want and letting it happen.
For example, my boyfriend pissed me off today. I went out and bought myself some nice little cute little they were literally from the dollar store mugs. They were cute. One said mug shot. One had like little cute lemons on it and shit. It was very cute. I dropped him off at home. He started walking it up. I watched him drop the bag.
Oh hell no.
I just heard everything shatter. Just like my heart. I'm just kidding. It wasn't a big deal. But my petty ass self was being petty, and I was just being mad over my $1 mugs. You know what I mean? And I was just trying to correct my energy. For me, correcting that, I was like, you know what? I need to just feel. Like, I need to feel and be instead of like thinking and creating this negative energy for myself. I was starting to feel uncomfortable in this energy of like being angry over a dollar mug. The meaning of my story, I don't even know if that was relevant or not.
Oh, it totally was.
Okay. Okay. Okay, good. So it's just about feeling and being. You want to, for example, I want to be a performing artist. I want to be a performing artist. It's not even about wanting, it's about I already am a performing artist. I walk high with my chin up, digging my heels into the ground as I walk. I walk with pride in my step. I already feel it. I already am being a performing artist. And me being that is like almost like aligning myself to that thing that I'm wanting. It's like me and that want is meeting in the middle, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's the most like that's so relevant because that is the most important part of manifesting is believing and thinking and feeling as if you already have all of the things you want, as if that is you. Like even if you're not there, you know, you're consciously aware that like you're what position you're in, but you're not believing that. You're like, nope, this is where I'm at and this is where I want to be. So that's where I'm going to get.
That's like basically what it is. Feeling like it's already here, and it might feel silly, but it's like the same power that we had when we were children and we had big imaginations. I know when I was little, me and my neighbors used to play in the backyard like we like were playing with fairies or some shit. Don't even judge me. Me and Sabrina used to be weird ass shit, walking around her backyard like we were Yoshis. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Like we were like Yoshis from Mario Kart. Like I was pink Yoshi, she was green, or like whatever it was. I used to like create forts out of taking two dining chair tables and like getting a sheet from the cabinet and, you know, building a fort and acting like it was my castle. Like, you know what I'm talking about when you're little and you're able to literally be able to imagine and see and feel as if you're in that castle being a princess. It's the same power. It's the same tool of being able to visualize what you want and to bring into your life. And it's as simple as that, just visualizing, imagining. And it's kind of hard to grasp that, especially as adults and getting into more adulthood as we gain more responsibilities and we get distracted from everyday lives. Like some of us are moms, some of us have responsibilities of being teachers or like getting, whatever we do in our lives, it distracts us from energy, what we're talking about, because we live in a 3D world. So just like don't be too hard on yourself when it comes to being more aware of your thoughts, because this is what we're talking about, thoughts and perspective. This goes hand in hand with energy and manifestation. Just don't be too hard on yourself when it comes to recorrecting and aligning yourself back into feeling what you want.
Definitely. I love that, JD. 100%. Period poo yet again. No, but I just kind of want to add a little bit to all of that. Manifesting is definitely like feeling it, knowing it, all of that. But like, I feel like we all have different keys because we all do it differently because we're all humans, right? So we all have our own little kicks, needs. I feel like for me, the key to manifesting for me truly is wanting it, but not enough to think about it all the time, like kind of letting it go. Not gonna lie to you. That's like the key for me.
Hayden, I like just want to add on to what you said before you dig a little deeper into like other definitions and scientific proof, is that the fact that you let it go. I think that honestly is an important part that everybody can learn from. I think because if you think about what you want so badly and so often and you fixate on it, it's going to drive you crazy. So manifesting, yeah, it's totally feeling and believing the things you have. But I think there's a time and place for like thinking those thoughts. Like I usually do it in the morning. We'll talk about it later, but you think about it and you're like, yes, this is it. And then you just let it go and you get it off your chest. And I think that's like important for everybody to do. So that was a really good point.
I just watched something yesterday where this girl was talking on Instagram. When you're manifesting, you feel like you need this and it's hard for you to let go. And you have to remember that needing, like in the beginning of this episode, I was talking about the vibrational scale. And needing is on the lower part of the vibrational scale because when we need, we feel like we lack. And when we lack, we feel like we're not worthy without this. We feel like when we get that new car, then I'll feel happy with myself. When it's the other way around, you should feel happy with yourself now, be happy with everything that's happening now, and that's how things start attracting to you. You feel like you don't need anything else. Not that you know that you want more stuff, but it's just about being grateful. It goes hand in hand about being grateful and being thankful. And also what helps me as a crutch to let go is remembering that everything is temporary. If you're in a situation that's uncomfortable or you don't even like it and it's hard for you to think positively, just remember that everything's temporary. Nothing lasts forever. Just like you got out of that bad situation a couple years ago, it's the same thing. Everything's not going to be forever. And the more that you're positive about it, the more that you're able to slip back into being able to be aware and control your thoughts.
For sure. So I'm going to kind of now jump into like the power of positive thinking and how it relates to medical journals. I just want to like provide a little bit more proof so we all can be like on the same page and whatever. So one prominent example of the scientific support of law of attraction, but then also of like manifesting, because they do both go hand in hand, is from Yancey Medical Journal in 2007. I'm probably saying that wrong, but anyways, basically Korean researchers found that there was a strong connection between positive thinking and the overall life satisfaction of the population, which echoes the symptomatics of scholars who suggest positive thinking exercises as a way to boost manifestation potential. As the authors of a medical article noted, quote, these findings offer promises of positive thinking as an approach for physiological interventions designed to promote life satisfaction. Long story short, positive thinking obviously improves life length, life satisfaction, because you're not sitting around thinking your whole life, oh my God, I hate this, I hate this. Instead, you're thinking, oh my God, I love this. Like, I'm so great. Even if you don't have a house, you don't have a car, you're so grateful for whatever you have. It's all about attitude, really, at the end of the day. And with that, basically, like your intentions whatever intentions you have, set your direction. Let that sit. Like, your intentions set your direction.
Ooh,
Point blank and period.
let that marinate. Do you taste that?
That tastes good. The Lowry's.
Why'd you say it like that?
No, but really, like, growing up, I always used to be like, I always used to hear like family members or something saying like, don't repeat the cycle, like don't fall into this, don't fall into that. And I always used to think like that will never be me. Like that's not even like a part of my intentions. Like, no, like I set my intentions, like I will be successful. I will be like whatever I want to be, like so happy within my life. And that's literally the direction that I feel like I've been on because I said from a young age, like that will not be me, this will be me. That's my intentions, and this is the path I'm going on. And everyone has that choice, I feel like.
Absolutely. As little as, like, for example, the other day I was taking a bath and it was like on, ooh, it was so powerful. It was like on the new moon, which was the other day. And before I like got in the bath, I put like some Epsom salt, some lavender essential oil. Yes, you already know. I broke up some of my sage, put that shit in there. Ooh, girl, child. I set my intention as I got in the bath of like letting the Epsom salt like be able to clear out and pull out all the negative energy that's in my pores and like everything that's in my aura and just let the water marinate and like clean me up. And that was just like my intention. I even spoke it out. Even after I spoke it out, I like acted as if used my imagination and acted as if I felt the water like pulsing negative energy out of my body. And I think it worked because the next day I was crying like a little baby. It was a mess, but it was much needed because that was my intention to release everything that's no longer wanted in my body, in my energy.
Yeah, like speaking of intention, Jade, we could kind of roll into like the steps like that you were explaining to Hayden and I before about how to manifest, which I'll let Jade get into in a second. But for those of you who are just getting into manifesting, I pulled this great quote from Abraham Hicks that she did at a law of attraction workshop. And it's like what you need to do before, following the steps of manifesting. So she said, it is important to understand your vibrational basis and the soul source part of you, that is the biggest part of you, so that you can begin to understand the vibrational relationship between the you that exists eternally from a non-physical perspective and the you who exists here and now in your physical body. So what she's basically saying there is that how we were talking about earlier, like about your energy, it's really important for you to first understand the energy from within you and what you vibrate and the level you vibrate at. And by doing that, you're going to not only understand yourself in your physical body, but the bigger part of you, like your emotions, like how you relate to the universe and your relationship with the universe that's outside of your body.
100%. And this is also a proven fact. This, the CIA, that's what it's called, CIA?
Mm-hmm.
They just released documents that, CIA. They just released documents that we are living in a 3D world. Like they literally proved that we have souls, basically, for non-believers. They had literally proved that we are living in a simulation, they kind of put it, which goes hand in hand with what Sabrina just talked about with that quote that from Abraham Hicks, how she said that we need to separate ourselves from our non-physical perspective, aka our soul, aka our thoughts, which is not 3D, right? We can't grasp our thoughts. And then the physical world. So being able to balance that and understand that and become more aware of what life really is, basically. I have like a list that kind of teaches you step by step how to manifest anything that you want. It says, number one, get clear on what you want. That is self-explanatory. Two, set the right intentions, what we just talked about, right? Intentions are very important. Three, apply action. Four, show gratitude. Five, visualize, which helps with your emotion. 6, affirm as if it's already here. Remember, pretending, not pretending though, but pretending like it's already here, aka fake it till you make it. And last but not least, 7, manifest. Boom, bitch, is here. So there's 7 steps. Get clear, set your intentions, apply the action, be grateful, start visualizing as if it's already here. Then feel like it's already here, affirming it. 7, it's here. And then I found another quote from Abraham Hicks. If you don't know who she is, you need to check her out. We'll put a link of a really good informational starting video in the description box below. Here's a great quote from her. She says, "I don't care about the absence of my manifestations because I know the absence of them is a temporary condition. In the absence of my angst about it, I'm producing an atmosphere of allowing, which is the path of least resistance and is going to produce the conditions that I want." And that goes, I keep saying hand in hand, but this shit just goes hand in hand, period, poo. Allowing complements the art of attraction. You're allowing things to come to you. You're allowing it claps together. It's a sandwich. I'm sorry. I don't. What's she saying?
You can talk, Hayden.
She's like
hand in hand. I was just
oh,
going hand in
oh,
hand.
oh.
It was stupid.
I was like trying, you guys can't see, but we're on a Zoom call. I'm trying to see what Hayden's doing. She's like clapping her hands together, trying to tell me something. I'm like, a sandwich? What are we talking about?
You must be hungry. Sabrina, did you want to kind of get into like all the things, like your Abraham Hicks video that you watched? Because Jake kind of low key introduced Abraham Hicks.
Okay, so she does a workshop on, like, she's talking to a crowd, kind of like a TED Talk almost, about like the basics of the law of attraction and then how it leads into manifesting. And it's so informational. The first video, she starts out by like making it very relatable to like people who have, like, if you were to never have heard of the law of attraction, like she first goes into like understanding you and your own body, and then she goes into energy, and then the law of attraction and manifesting, much like we're kind of laying out um in this podcast, this current episode. But she is so bright and intelligent. You can listen to us talk as well, but like I would really recommend, if you want to learn more, watch those videos, because she's very clear and concise on everything there is to learn about the law of attraction for beginners.
I literally like listen to her every day. Like every day. If I didn't meditate, especially to set my vibration straight, my energy straight for the day, making sure I am more aware of where I'm headed towards with my law of attraction and stuff like that, I always like, it's like my rule to listen to her. Like she really helps me out 100%.
And like Sabrina said, like she really is really good kind of about like introducing things, but also like the more you listen to her, like the more like in depth she kind of goes. Like if you want to know stuff, like she had a lot about like money stuff, but a lot about like relationships and like your perspective on like just like literally anything you can possibly think of. Like as you start digging a little bit deeper, like get your basis on, and like it kind of gets addicting, because when I first started listening to her, like you can literally feel your energy shift like as you're listening to her and as you're vibrating high. And like she even has videos of like getting out of the ruts that we know we all get into. I remember I used to listen to that while I was like at work and like doing her things and like vibrating. Like she's like, "Are you feeling it yet? Are you feeling this yet? Like I know you're getting there, you're getting higher, you're getting higher." And you literally, I have goosebumps right now talking about it. Like you feel your energy getting higher. It's the same thing with like if you're worshiping to God and you're loving that, you're getting higher, you're feeling that energy. It's similar things, just all positivity. So
yeah.
If you guys don't have anything else to add, I think we could have a little bit of tea time and talk about our personal experiences with manifesting and kind of wrap this up.
Ooh, okay. Sabrina, do you want to start with your tea? Do you want to spill your tea with manifestation?
I mean, sure, I guess. Um, so I got into manifesting, not like I would say maybe like My first thing in my spiritual journey that I was really into was crystal healing. And I believed very strongly in it, all the science behind it. People used to think it was so silly. And I was like, it works for me. And that was back in like 2016, 2017. But just maybe last year or the year before that is when I kind of began to get into manifesting. And my favorite personal way of doing it is journaling. I love to journal. The 369 method, that could be saved for a whole nother episode. But if you don't know what the 369 method is, look it up. I love that method, and there's so much science and proof behind it.
Can you tell us what that is, please? Because I'm not educated at all.
Yeah. I don't even know what that is.
It's like a lot. Okay, so I'm going to tell you how you do it. The 369 method was created by like Nikola Tesla, the Nikola Tesla. Okay. And the way that these particular numbers synchronize has a direct correlation with the universe. So the number 3 is significant because it is the direct link to the source and universe. 6 represents the deepest strength we have within ourselves. And 9 is in accordance with moving on from the past, helps us release any feelings of self-doubt or negativity. So the way that I described how I journal with the synchronization of these numbers is super powerful. And there's a ton of YouTube videos on it. I know it's been getting really popular on TikTok, which is great because I think TikTok reaches so many people. So the more people know about this stuff, the better, honey. But basically, that's how I use the 369 method journaling or just positive affirmations. I love writing down positive affirmations, saying them in the mirror, all that good stuff. But basically, the first thing I ever manifested what that has like happened to me is a house. So I was always so scared to move out of my parents' house. And, at one point it wasn't the best environment. Nothing my parents did. I just like was unhappy at a point in my life, not happy where I was living. And that's when I really got into manifesting. And I was like, oh my gosh, like once I learned about it, I did the 369 method and journaled every day, like, this is what's going to happen to me. I'm going to get this, or, well, thank you, universe, for giving me such like a great opportunity to live on my own and experience things on my own in an environment that makes me happy. And then I maybe manifested that for like 6 months. Just journaled. And then my friend Ashley one day was just like, hey, like there's a room open in my house. It's $468 for rent, pretty cheap, gorgeous house. Like, are you down? And I just was like, yeah. And I was like, I don't think I'm going to get approved. Like, and she was like, yeah, like just apply. Like, you never know. I applied and I told myself like positive affirmations, like, I am worthy. I'm going to receive a great opportunity. And I got approved. And at the time, I wasn't even making that much money. I have no idea how I got approved, but I did. And it's the place I'm living at currently, and I couldn't be happier. So
I love that. Different story to give you a different perspective. I had like a competition for performing artists where it was kind of like my first show performing my own original music and stuff like that. I was really in my head, as all artists are with their work and stuff like that, about how I was performing and just little shit like that. But I made it to the next round. Before the night of the final round, I really sat into myself and meditated and really felt myself winning. Like I really visualized them saying my name. I visualized me like being in alignment on stage and like just fulfilling my dreams basically, and just really attracting that energy that I wanted for myself. And I just kind of like knew, like not in a cocky way at all. I just like knew that I was going to win. I knew that this was meant for me. I knew I was going to get proof and confirmation that this is the road that I'm supposed to be setting out on and stuff like that. And then boom, bada bing, bada boom. Your girl won first place. That's right. Period. Po.
before we get on to Hayden's, like just reminded me like how you said like you feel it. Like going along with journaling, if you are going to take the route of like journaling because you like writing, like very similar to what Jade just said, like you can't just like write it down on paper and be like, it's going to happen. Like I feel like the power of like my pen hitting the paper, me thinking like, this is like my life, like this is meant to be, this is what's going to be. And that's like so important. Manifesting in general, like that's really important, but also journaling, it's more than just writing down what's going to happen.
It's almost as if, like, you know, when you're reading a book and you're able to see it, like you're lost in the pages, being able to visualize. She said this as she took her middle finger and brushed her hair behind her ear. You're able to see that shit and you're able to feel their emotions. It's the same thing. You're just making your own story, basically.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of a master manifester.
Period. I have seen it firsthand. I don't know how she does it. I mean, obviously, we're talking about it, but she is literally the master. The master.
Like a year and a half ago, I manifested a full-time job. I was able to move out on my own, and then a whole apartment. Same kind of situation, didn't have anything, never had any experience, whatever, got it. Whoa, cool. Recently, I want to tell you my cool recent attractions that I've done. Okay, so I'm going to start. Okay, so I got into my first apartment, and then I feel like I manifested getting into my second apartment. It was so cool. It was such a cool apartment. It has like little water going all through it. It was like quite a bit more expensive, but I was just like, you know what? Like if it's meant to be, this is my key of manifesting. Like if it's meant to be, it'll be, but like I want it. So let me try, but like I don't need it though. But like if the universe wants to give it to me, I'm hella down. So like I just like submit my application and like something deep in me, like I want it, but I'm like, you know what? If it doesn't happen, like it's okay. Boom, I get it. Yay, oh my gosh, I get my apartment. Okay. Then I'm like, Jake can relate to this. Jake, you need to pop in once I tell this story and then I'm gonna have to go back. But I love crystals as well. And I've always wanted like a big ass crystal. And I love selenite, which is like the crystal that is basically like all cleansing. Like you don't even need to cleanse it. It's just like it cleanses other crystals. It's amazing. Anyways, I was like, I really want like a big one, but they're so expensive. But I was like, whatever. Literally the next day I go into work and this old man, he's an old man. His name's Jimmerd. Shout out to Jimmerds. Hopefully you'll watch this. No, but he gave me this rock. He comes to my desk. He's like, here's this rock. Like you can just have it. I'm like, how much? He's like, you can just have it. And I'm like, whatever, and I look at it and I shine it a little bit. And I'm like, this is a selenite crystal. It is huge. It is heavy. It is huge. And I was like, I just manifested, like the excitement I had. I was like, I literally just manifested this because I spoke it into existence and I let it go. And here it is for free. That, Jade, you have to tell your story because the same thing literally happened.
I heard that story from Hayden. I was lightweight hating because I was jealous. I want a big crystal, like especially selenite. It's like, for me, it's the crystal because it cleanses all kinds of energy and it cleanses your crystals. Like you don't even need to put it out in the sun and the moon to charge, whatever. I get my apartment. I move into my apartment, love my apartment. I go outside, and you know how some people that lived here before you, they like leave stuff behind. So of course okay. Let me recorrect myself. I'm jealous of Hayden, but I'm also like, that's really cool. But I also am like letting go. I don't even think about it. It's not something that I need. Like I don't need a crystal. You know what I mean? So I go outside, and my freaking whoever lived here before left behind their big ass selenite crystal in the backyard. I like called him and I was like, what the hell? It was so weird. So like, I don't know. It's so weird. It's just weird how it works like that, but it works.
Both
like that.
manifested same crystal, like days apart. I manifested a new job and a new car 2 days apart. Literally, period, poo. So basically, I was like feeling kind of unhappy at my last job, looking for other things, open mind. I literally get a text message, hey, send your resume. I'm like, okay, bet. Send my resume. Not betting everything on it. Like it would be super awesome. But like, again, like my whole mindset is like, you know, if the universe, if God wants this for me, then it's going to happen. Like it's out of my control. Like all I can do is I can act on it, which is what we're supposed to do. Like I'm acting on it, but like it's out of my control if I get it. So why sit and worry? Oh my God, am I going to get it? Oh my God, when's it going to come? That wasn't me. So I was like, bet, let me see. Send it off, go on with my day, like whatever, boo. I get a call, whatever, get the interview, boom, get the job. Okay, I'm chilling. Get more money, get more boop, more beat, more bop. Okay. Got all that. I'm chilling. I literally, the next day, get a call. Get a text actually. Okay, no. Next day, get a text from my grandma. Hey, call me when you're off of work. And I was like, okay, whatever. Like my sweet old little grandma. Like I'll call you later. Forgot to call her. Obviously, I'm busy. I got homework to do. Forgot to call her. I get a call and I'm like, oh my God, grandma, I'm so sorry. I forgot to call you. Blah, blah, blah. And then she tells me that one of her guy friends is giving me a car. I've never met him before. I mean, I'm not even really in the market for another car. I mean, it was an amazing thing, but I was like, are you kidding me? Like, how much is it? She's like, no, for free. No, it's a gift for free. For free! For free! Point blank period. I'm sorry. I still feel the excitement because I'm so grateful. Like the universe was just like, okay, like blessing me, like thanking me. And I'm so grateful. Like I'm just staying in this like attitude of like being grateful. And I think it's because of me staying in this like attitude of like, oh my God, I got a new job. I'm so happy. Like, I'm so grateful. Like, thank you so much. Like my last car, I had to roll down my windows to even get out of my car. Like so many things are wrong with it. No AC, but I was still so grateful for it. Like, hey, it gets me to point A. Thank God. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have to ride my bike. Don't have to ride a bus. And like the universe was like, basically like, nah, like, let me help you out. I'm just so grateful. And like, I'm so thankful for, yeah, that's kind of like my recent manifests. Boom.
Period.
Obviously, this whole episode, we've talked about tons of different, we're throwing stuff at you.
Mm-hmm.
But like as time goes on, we'll have like specific videos, like say on crystals, specific videos on the specific things that we have discussed.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then if you have heard anything in the episode that you're confused about, or if you have anything that inspired you from our conversation today, like let us know, like leave a comment or DM us on Instagram, or if you know us personally, text us, shoot us a text and let us know like, hey, I would be interested if you guys talk about this subject next time, or like whatever kind of like inspires you, or if you want to know more information about something specific.
Along all of our spiritual journeys, I think we can all agree we've learned so much, but it takes time, practice, research, and us three don't know nearly everything. Like there is so much to learn. And so we love to educate, or if there's something you know that maybe you think we don't know, shoot, like Jade said, reach out to us. We would love to hear from you guys and what you want to hear more of.
Like we're literally here for you guys. And like, if we can just reach one person and have one person's day be like, oh, wow, or like, you know, just like we're grateful for that. We're literally grateful. If we have one viewer, we're like, oh, wow, I hope they, you know, like I hope that they got something from it. So this is literally coming from like the bottom of our hearts, from our souls, just really out of love and out of happiness. And we're just sending you the love, the positive energy that you need. We're hoping you have a great week, a wonderful week to get started on this beautiful Monday.
Yes, and remember to set your intentions. It's Monday. If you're listening to this on a Friday, Saturday, it don't matter, boo-boo. Set your intentions for the day. Know that you're going to have a great day. You're going to get shit done. You're going to, I don't know, anything you want, boo. Anything
Manifest, baby. Manifest Monday, okay?
Yes, period, Pooh. Thanks for spending time with Enlightenment Tea. Don't forget to step on it.
Yes. Thank you guys for your support. We are very appreciative. And
definitely tune in next week for some Monday Madness.
Bye, guys.
All right, bye, guys.